gentlemen, I have known him as long as I have been a part of when I was a part of SHR Media, ladies and gentlemen. No one carried bags for Sake Sean and Sake Clint like this man. He is a tremendous orator, a great, great researcher, and has a wonderful litany of shows that he is a star of on SHR Media. And not just because he paid me to say that. Yes, you can find BZ on Sir Mark Blovier Zeppelin, forgive me, on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I just escaped my memory just that quick, but it's a great show. Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. and the Shite Show on Wednesday nights at 11 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. I want to introduce some and present to others. Sir Mark, the Blovier Zeppelin, Biff Zeppe, SHR Media. You can also find him at blowingzeppelin.net. Good evening, sir. It's a great privilege and honor to have you on the air.
This is a
oh my God.
correctional facility in California, placed by inmate 234-791, Bloviating Zeppelin. Do you accept the charges from Mr. Zeppelin?
Yes, I do.
Are you there?
I'm here, man. I'm here. I was gonna get you the bond money.
Ken, I've been placed in Facebook jail. Can you get me out, man? Can you spare some change?
Listen, man, I'm so sick of you calling me. I'm so sick of you calling me. I was gonna give you bond for that, but no. This is 10th time this week that you.
I'm good for it, man. I really am.
Facebook jail, really? My goodness, they are censoring you?
That 1974 Subaru that I gave you last time, the engine was good, okay?
But the engine actually fit into a replica. It didn't actually fit that car. It was a very small replica. I actually want to give that car back to you.
Okay, then I guess I'm going to have to give you my 83 Yugo.
Whatever happened to the Yugos? Whatever happened to them?
The Yugo up in Wento. This is crazy. On the series Fast and Loud, some dude from Richard Rollins actually paid $6,000 for a used Yugo to give to his son.
Wow.
So imagine the look of downfall on his son's face. It's on a trailer. The son is going to this cool place because he knows about the show Fast and Loud. He knows about Richard Rollins and how cool stuff he has. So there's this car sitting on a trailer in the parking lot of Fast and Loud. Dad drives him in there and he thinks he's about to get the coolest car in the century. And Dad points to the trailer. And there's a 1983 Yugo sitting on the trailer. Now it's looking good. It's black. It's got wheels and everything. This guy pays $6,000 for a Yugo to give to his son. No one. You didn't pay like $3,000 for a Yugo new.
Exactly. They were giving Yugos away with every gas fill up. You can get your own Yugo.
You know, that and $1 would get you a cup of coffee.
There you go. You know, casinos didn't take Yugos. They would not take. We're not betting on Yugos.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you talk to Vinny. Vinny, the $500 I owe you. My Yugo's out in the park. Boom.
Oh my God. Yugo's got like 100 miles to the gallon of water. I think something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never mention Yugo's to Vinny. Hey, are you a Game of Thrones fan? Did
No.
you watch?
No, I've never watched a single episode of the Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you about last night's episode. Because a lot of people either kind of liked it, they said it was a nice wrap-up, or they said, well, it was really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, in that whole... if you think that communism in 100 years...
He comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. he was talking about how crappy Games of Thrones has become, and that it is a cinematic cesspool at this particular point. They had the Starbucks can in or cup in there, and a few other snafus. I don't know. I don't even know what Games of Thrones is. Is it kind of like Pikachu? Is that how it works? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Gesundheit.
Take it.
You okay?
Pikachu.
Gesundheit again. See, you are getting the cold. What did I say? I'm thinking a couple of Tylenol before you go to bed. Maybe Tylenol PM. You should be okay by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Dave Milner's in the chat room. Agador. He says he never got into the Game of Thrones either. What is the wonder that we're missing? Because some of us can be so dense, like myself. What am I? Yeah. What do I be not getting?
Let's put it this way. Did you ever? Because it was kind of around in your area. Did you ever watch Homicide: Life on the Street in 1990 in Baltimore?
Well, unfortunately, my neighbor's cable went out, so we couldn't watch HBO anymore because we had hooked it up. Don't you hate when your neighbor doesn't pay his cable bill?
No, I'll tell you what I hate. I hate it when the neighbor doesn't pay his damn water bill, and especially when he doesn't pay his electricity. That stupid prick could at least do something right and be a halfway decent neighbor. But no. It's like PG&E has to come over, climb up the pole, flip his electricity. That's just terrible.
Yeah.
Well, basically, Game of Thrones
Mm-hmm.
is like it's kind of like The Wire, or it's like everything else. House of Cards, okay?
Okay.
What's House of Cards about? I don't know if you ever saw it.
Never saw House of Cards.
Just set in a different era. It's about money. It's about power. It's about wealth. It's about politics. Now add in, really bad times, unsanitary conditions, and dragons, and you got pretty much the same thing.
Oh. It's kind of like Baltimore there. They could do the film.
It's very similar to Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, they could do the filming right there. Catherine Pugh is available. Can she work on Games of Thrones? I hear, here she got a spot,
Yeah, didn't she leave for Puerto Rico or someplace like that?
No, I think she left for Venezuela where she could get a good job. And he was responsible for oversight of the executive, Catherine Pugh. So I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Thank God things are in his ass.
Chicago just got a new mayor too.
Yeah, and she kissed her. She kissed her beloved.
It's like these two cities are going all Game of Thrones by themselves.
Exactly, and she kissed her girlfriend on stage or whatever. She kissed her, kind of like Buttigieg.
Here's the way. Come on, let's solve it right now. The correct name, the way to pronounce this guy's name is Buttigieg. It's as simple as that. Pronounce it the way it looks. Smith is Smith. Jones is Jones. Sturzak is Stroke. And Buttigieg is Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
And if it looks like Buttigieg, if it looks like Buttigieg, it's pronounced Buttigieg.
Unlike a lot of politicians who prepare for prison after their term, that would be a nice name to have in the prison.
Wouldn't it be though? A guy with the name of Buttigieg is not going to be walking around in GP. I think you can make book on that. It's the first time that he gets called out for commissary or something like that, and the rest of the pod or the rest of the tier has never heard of him before. The first time, it's like, all right, Buttigieg, come on, get your commissary. Dropping in the showers on the entire tier, in the entire pod. It's going to be a world of hell just for that guy.
I'm sorry. If I had a last name, I would really, really disavow my parents, number one. But then number two, if I was in prison with a name like Buttigieg, I would never wash. Never. I would never go into the showers. Period. I would stay.
Oh yeah, I'd be the guy. I'd be
Oh.
the guy that drools all the time. I'd be the guy that vomits on himself. I'd be that guy.
Well, apparently Buttigieg was called out by Donald Trump, and Beto apparently is on the outs because he's made some comments that just people like, wow, really? So you got Buttigieg, who is becoming popular. You got Kamala Harris, who is popular, and their popularity.
Wait a minute, did you just call Buttigieg popular?
Yeah, Buttigieg is popular.
Did you say he's popular?
You know, he's not popular, not yet.
Okay, I was just checking. That was my word check. Okay, because my hearing is now the first to admit that.
But apparently,
because just aligning the two words Buttigieg and popular, I don't know. I was just to check, Ken. That's all it was. Okay.
But I do believe he's going to make some campaign stops at Attica. You know, just we're going to define our.
I gotta ask you the question: is it just me, or was I the only guy? Whenever I looked at Robert O'Rourke, because Beto's a load of crap, am I there's just something inherently really creepy about Robert O'Rourke. Just really off-putting.
But isn't it a requirement that you have to either be a lesbian or a homosexual or just plain old creepy like old Uncle Joe in order to be a Democrat today? Is that the requirement? The new American way is to go that way if you're a Democrat. Is that what we're talking about, the new order?
It's like they all have to sign some kind of a document saying that we're going to push the envelope further left than has ever been pushed before. And I know what you're thinking, and you actually got me on the topic of Buttigieg tonight. So, number one, kudos for you. I'll give you $5 for that. I'll admit that right up front, okay?
Thank you.
$5. Get me on the damn topic. Okay, so I'm acknowledging.
So from now on,
of my own
from
yeah. That's another thing. Okay, here's a question. I'm throwing this down to you now. And McClinton, I'm throwing this down to you now. On your show, are you going to make to Buttigieg a verb?
Well, to Buttigieg is to...
Well, he Buttigieg the crap out of that.
To Buttigieg is to air. But to Buttigieg is to dine for, I suppose. Something like that. Oh, my goodness. We're butt-gigging it here on the Exceptional Conservative tonight. I'm wondering if that... See, but this, the thing is, we could get away with that because my producer is ill. So she's going to be out for a few days. So she's not listening. So we can butt-gig the whole show if we wanted to. And I don't get fined for it. So I'm okay with it. So butt-gig are us.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Really ask yourself, what does he have? What does he have that steps out that's unique? I mean, back up and examine the Democrats just for a second.
Yeah.
They say, they got to be the party of anything but white. Keeping with the rest of the Dems on that.
Yeah. It's kind of like I believe in abortion even until the funeral truck takes the 85-year-old person away. They really are desperate to be out there and to be different. It just the desperateness in the air, just true rubbish. If I could ever think of a smell of such a hue.
Here's the weirdest comparison that just popped into my wheelhouse. You may or may not agree, but I do, because it's my vote.
Yeah.
Islam is a death cult, okay?
Yeah.
Islam is a death cult. It's turning into Democrats.
Hey!
Cult. Look, they want to kill you while you're in the womb. Oh, and let's prioritize our death. We got to make sure that we kill more black babies than we do everybody else, and we have to support the right of black babies to be killed, just like Margaret Sanger was. This whole genocide thing, maybe it's got some merit to it.
Yeah.
Because look at how she's held on to Planned Parenthood all these years. And then as you get older, let's see, what's Rahm Emanuel's brother? Oh, Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel. He's like when you get to 70, he said himself when he gets to 70, he's not interested in living anymore. He will have done everything that he wanted to do by 70. So, folks, listen, the Democrats got you killed from birth to end of life.
There you go.
You're old and febrile, clearly past the age of 70. You're not worth crap anymore. So, you know what? You may as well be killed when you ought to be killed in the womb.
Yeah.
And you ought to be killed when you're older and you're no longer quite, you're losing your senses and you're not voting Democrat anymore anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Just the whole weird thing.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to let you all know that tonight on the Exceptional Conservative Show, later on this week, some other people will catch what we just said tonight and they will swear they came up with it. But two big things we came up with tonight. Number one, butt gigging it. That's number one. You will hear it later on somewhere, butt gigging it. And then number two, without a shadow of a doubt, that the new death cult, because Islam has been replaced, is the Democratic Party. Cradle to grave death, they promote it, they sell it, and they reproduce it over and over. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why this network and this show is so fundamentally important to the conservative movement. And this man right here, Biff Zeppe. Thank you for butt gigging it with us tonight, sir.
It's my pleasure, my absolute pleasure. And again, okay, it's got to be a $10 bill now because you, again, kept me on topic. Kudos to you. Hats off.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more of the best in urban conservative talk. Go butt gig a friend. We'll be back.
I started the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network in 2008, and we put this together for us. The concept was that if one